Hello, everyone. Oh, there he is. Hello, John. We had a nice, quiet intro today. Yes. Gary's not. No, you're John. Gary's not with us today. He's busy. Personally, I put it down to lack of commitment, but that's fine.
Can't trust the English.
Yeah. Not the word xenophobic at all. But I'm Welsh and he's Australian, so
Yeah.
English rugby's two biggest rivals.
In rugby, yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow, we've got 6 people watching already. Excellent. So yeah, today is a random one because I normally would be doing them live with Steph, but he's off spending time with Al Murray and James May and all that sort of the hoi polloi people. So yeah, me and John thought we'd just come on and do some random modelling. Why not?
So yeah, we couldn't make it to the US Nationals, so here we are.
Well, yeah. So I'm going to be working on that, painting him.
I'm going to be working on that because I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that.
I've already primed Rommel and started painting his face.
Oh.
They're pretty cool figures.
Yes.
What I've done is rather than glue them all together and then try and paint him, I've just stuck him together with blue tack. So makes it a little bit easier. So let's go to chat. Oh, there you go. Jim says, good morning, happy Friday to all. Good morning, Jim.
Jim?
Next, Modman. Modman? Steve says, morning, all.
Evening.
Steve says, just got back from the post office. Yay, most of my aircraft kits are gone now. I kept 3 special ones. Good man. And he says, hi, Jim. And Tiffany Bob says, a bearded veteran creates. Need me in StreamYard? Always. Yeah, I said can do. I know what I said. Duke said, good day from a freezing Oz. We are having a polar blast from the South Pole. It was 12 degrees yesterday. Ooh.
It was windy here in Newcastle. It's currently 14.2.
Yeah, I think about 23 degrees there, something like that. Jim says, good morning, John and Mikey. Good morning, Jim.
Jim.
He says, the desert fox. Indeed. Duke says, oh, no, Tiff says, Duke, it's 25 degrees here today. And Jim says, a chilly day along the Scottish coast at the British Open. Jim says, Steve, good morning, mate. There you go. So, let's crack on. At some point, I may choose to, maybe halfway through,
remove me. That's fine.
I'd never do that, buddy. No, about halfway through, I might get Modmin to put the invite link up so people can join in for the last half.
Sure.
I think that's a good way of doing it. Half and half. We've got some people watching. Don't forget, if you haven't said hi already, say hi. Please do remember to like the video. Oh, like the live stream, really. Yeah. So my colourful palette.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, mine's almost the same, just a little bit squarer.
There you go.
Yeah. I want to be more like you, Mikey. There you go. So bring up to speed what I'm doing with the camel for a moment.
2 secs. Sure. James is in. He says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, James. For those that don't know and haven't seen it yet, obviously most people on here know that I have my own Discord channel server. James has agreed to DM a session of Goblin Quest for the server if people would like to have a go. I think that'd be rather fun.
Does sound good.
Yeah. So I will be speaking to James, and we'll speak about how we can do it, because obviously I know some people struggle with tech and things like that. So I'm sure we've got a way around it.
Cripes. So what's that under your hand there?
That's a wet palette.
Ah, right. Okay.
Wait. I just realised I'm upside down. That's why you can't tell. There you go.
Oh, now it's backwards.
Now it's backwards. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just a wet palette.
Right, there you go.
With some sponge and tissue in it. Duke says, in summer we have 25 degrees overnight. Yeah, I remember when we were in the Gulf, it used to be like 30 odd degrees at night.
Yes.
It was weird. It's actually nice to sit outside on a night, middle of the night, than it was to sit outside in the day.
Yeah. Oh, it was awful.
Sonic says, hello, hello, hello. What's going on here then? Jim has a question. It's, John, what do you have? What is your favourite era of aircraft to build? Mine is World War II era, roughly 1935 to 1945.
Wow. Well, that ticks my box too. I guess my jam would be World War II, in particular, Battle of Britain era, like the early war. I build anything really, but I guess my first interest in aviation was reading about the Battle of Britain, and it's from there. In fact, I'll be back in a moment. I'll go and grab the reason why. Bear with.
Right. I'm not trying to do this historically accurate colours, okay? I really don't care about that stuff. I just want it to look cool. But I'm using that set. So it's going to be vaguely right. So yeah, I'm not going, like I said, I'm not going for historically accurate. I'm just going for what I like. Ooh, that might be a little bit light, I think.
And he's back.
And he's back.
Right. So, like some people, maybe some people watching, I grew up with an extensive bookcase of my parents and stuff, and there's all sorts of stuff there. And one of the books that was there was this one, this actual book from Len Dighton called Fighter, True Story of the Battle of Britain. And in here, of course, I was about 7 years old. What's really good about it talks about, with diagrams, flight, how it works and all that sort of stuff. And it goes into, numbers, strengths of squadrons and all that sort of stuff. Pictures of the Dornier 17, which is, I did a review on YouTube the other day. This is my first introduction to it. So, as a 7-year-old kid, just reading about this sort of stuff and looking at the bomber streams and stuff like that. This actual book was my introduction to all that stuff. So as a kid, early love of aircraft, and this was really the start of it for me. All that sort of it's a fantastic book, and it's written in a way that anyone can understand. Len Dighton I think is a great author, but that was it. So I asked my dad. They were downsizing when they moved to a retirement home, if you like, and I said, "Can I have that book?" Yes. So I love it. So yes, Battle of Britain.
Excellent.
I've misplaced the instruction booklet for my camel. I need to move around and look for it. It's big. I don't know where it's gone. I was looking at it earlier. It can't be far away. Surely.
Oh, it can.
No, I was looking at it. What I was trying to do was I looked online for the colours. So these were back before FS numbers and British Standard and everything else. So what these were the colours for these were called PC10, PC12. And I was looking at the best colour to paint that. I have done one of these before, and I really like the colour that I came out with. And I think I used. Oh, there it is. It's in my paint drawer. The booklet. So I'm going for this one, which is a mock-up of Biggles' aircraft, if he was real.
Yes.
So in this one, that's how he's drawn in the novels by W.E. Johns. But Edward came up with, if he did exist, we think it'll be this because they're saying blue, and they could, the enemies can spot him because of the good luck horseshoe on it and stuff. So that's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this color, and it says the color of the upper surface is, let's say, PC10. I'm thinking, okay, cool. So then I thought, okay, so what's PC10? And the best source, I thought, is Wingnut Wings. I thought, well, obviously Richard Alexander and the boys down in New Zealand do phenomenal research for all of their Wingnut Wings kits.
God, yeah.
So I looked at their instructions and what do they recommend for these colours. And that's what I'm going to do, is mix half of, there's two Tamiya colours. I can't remember what they are now. It's an olive drab and something else, maybe a red brown. To get that. So I'll do that, but I also want to paint because I'm going for this one, I was trying to toss up what colour to do the blue at the front of the like an engine nacelle, the fairing at the front there, and I think I'll do an insignia blue, because that then will match the horseshoe decal and stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be moving in between here and the spray booth and just giving the nacelle, the wheels, the landing gear trapeze a bit of a coat of blue. I won't do the yellow drab yet, but I will paint the wooden parts white because I have this. This is a WG decal Sopwith Camel fuselage thing for the Edward 48 kit, and it's basically wood grain panels for those.
Nice.
And they're not transparent. They're solid. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they glue on. It's like a card, if you like, a thick card. Yeah. But I'll give that a go. I mean, I could paint wood effect, but I have
need
that.
more
I'll use it. 2 seconds. So I'm just going to muck around. Sorry. Okay, let's get back to comments.
That's right. I just need a bit more light. All right, I'm actually going to migrate to the spray booth, so bear with. I'm going to disconnect a couple of things and turn on some lights. Back in a mo. Fair enough. Won't hold it against you.
That one. And if you see my groin, I am very sorry.
To be honest, I'm not even looking. However, our view in public.
Yeah. Ooh. There we are. God. Oh, you enjoy modelling if you're moving a Qatari Spitfire out of the way to work on a Camel.
Yeah.
There we go. Gathering some stuff.
It's and groaning noises that worry me.
Yeah.
That's when you're not looking at the camera.
Oof. There we go. You won't see much, I'm afraid, but
This isn't showing up very well at all, I don't think. Sonic says, "What's all this then?" Oh no, that's Jim that says that. Jim says to Sonic, "What's all this then?" There we go. Tell you what. Tip, if you unmute yourself, can you just read the comments out as well as putting them up, rather than me having to keep looking up? There you go. We should be able to hear you now.
Lovely. Oh, hello.
Hang on, there we go. Jim says, very informative book, John. He likes it.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome.
Sonic says, reminds me of Jasper Carrot's Nutter on the bus. Anyone see my camel?
I've met Jasper Carrot. I photographed him. He was at a hotel where I was photographing a Christmas function. So he agreed to have his photo taken with some of the stuff.
Oh, actually, I need to go off mic for a mo. Back in a sec.
All right. Oh, boy. That's loud for some reason today.
Yeah. Duke says, I was the same as you, John. Oh, we had a book on the Battle of Britain in primary school. I fell in love with a Spitfire Mark 1A.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a rather beautiful aircraft. I love the brown-green colour scheme for it.
Yeah. When you mentioned the new Spitfire kit, I had a look at it. Oh, I think it's going to be huge.
Yeah. 124 is rather large and very detailed.
Yeah. It comes with like a special coin as well.
Yeah.
Jim says the film is over 50 years old, but the Battle of Britain 1970 holds up today, in my humble opinion.
Absolutely. I love that film.
I've not seen it.
How have you not seen the Battle of Britain?
I wasn't a very big film kind
It's
of person.
on YouTube.
I shall look it up at some point.
Yes. That and Dam Busters. I love the Dam Busters film. Do some research, Modmin.
I will. I've been meaning to watch more films and stuff like that. I just never get around to it.
Yeah. Nice painted and taken very well at the minute.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Sonic says, very large and detailed. That's what she said.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
There's always one and it's always Sonic.
Thank you. I just like that. There's always one and it's always Sonic.
Always.
It's very true.
Mr. T, not always Mr. T. I just encourage the others.
Steve says, not seen the Battle of Britain film? What? Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've lived a very sheltered life.
It's a black and white movie.
We've got so much to talk about. And you will not be getting biscuits at this meeting.
Aww.
We cannot have people on team who have not seen basic war films. Oh, you're joking.
Dam
Obviously.
Busters, that's a good one.
Yes, I love Dam Busters.
Oh, I was still muted, wasn't I? I've been talking. Oh, I had some really interesting conversations to. Oh, it doesn't matter. You missed it.
Having some really interesting conversations with yourself.
It's a shame that Peter Jackson's film never saw the light of day for Dam Busters. That would have been wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what he's working on now, if anything.
Yeah, just building his planes, probably.
No, probably not. He's had more trouble with that than anything else.
Is he?
Oh, well, not him. One of the guys that worked for the company that was building the replica aircraft and all that stuff was embezzling lots of money, and the government, the New Zealand government, found out before he did, and that then led in a way to the Wing Nut Wings halting operations and stuff. So it's all before the courts. Yeah, it's all before the court. So there's been no talk about it. I guess it'll all come out in the wash. But I don't know anything that's going on down there.
That's a shame because he was doing so much good work as well.
Oh yeah, he's phenomenal.
Well, he had the rule, didn't he, in his workshop? If it wasn't used to make the original plane, then it wasn't allowed in the workshop.
Yeah.
Whether it's techniques or tools.
Yeah, it's a good way to be.
Mm.
All right, yeah, that's the paint I'm going to use for the engine cowling and undercarriage and everything else. Insignia blue, which is the SMS Insignia white, blue, and red, the three colours that you would use if you're going to spray the RAF roundels.
Yeah.
So that'll do.
Excellent.
Cyber security.
What are you on about?
Oh, no. Okay, CrowdStrike, the cybersecurity company at the center of the global IT outage, says it was caused by a defect and a content upgrade. Okay.
See, if they stopped fiddling with everything, they'd be fine.
Well, at least it wasn't a hack.
Yeah. But what a defect, eh?
Yeah. Well, it didn't affect me in any way at all.
No, it's big businesses and airports and things, wasn't it?
Yeah. It had nothing to do with all the porn channels I watch.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
That's
Oh dear.
a joke. Who needs porn when you got a lovely wife like mine?
If only if you stop fiddling with it.
Steady, boys, steady.
All right, moving on swiftly.
I would like to keep my channel by the end of the stream, you know.
Oh no, crash and burn, buddy.
Hey, I went on Kay's YouTube last night and liked all your videos, so shut the hell up.
Oh, thank you.
She thought it was rather cool seeing you flying in a jet.
Oh, did I post that one? Oh yeah, I did. No, I mean I didn't post one of me actually flying in a jet though.
No, I just explained to her that it was you filming it.
Yeah.
I was just a dear. Cool video though.
But you should post that because that's cool. Oh, his hat's the same colour as his shirt. Okay, that makes things easy.
Well, yeah. Oh, in order to airbrush, one must first have air. There we are.
That would be helpful.
So, Jim says, I have a thought that Peter Jackson would have got it right making the Dam Busters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have let it go out to public viewing if he didn't think it was right. He's all about historical accuracy, isn't he?
Yeah, because he captured Smorg very well indeed.
All right, smart ass. When it comes to war films,
I think those Lord of the Rings things are some of the best films ever made. It's just the amount of love put into those by everybody on the crew.
do you know what? It took me until I was in my late 20s to be able to watch the first one all the way through without falling asleep. Until I watched it loads of times, but I never got past the first hour or so. I just kept falling asleep.
Extended?
Sorry?
Is it the extended version you've watched?
I have no idea. It was just long as...
I don't know, you slept through the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, the extended version I think is about 3 hours long.
Yeah, I think it was about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Jim says, I know of one online vendor in America that sells SMS paints.
Yeah.
Why is this so glossy? Sorry, go on.
Duke says, looks like we'll be watching John's channel next week. Haha.
Yeah.
Steve says, I'm not sure, Jim. Changing the name of You Know What was a big no-no for me. I dislike changing history no matter how bad it is.
Yeah. I agree.
Sorry, I've missed
The
what
dog.
that was. Yeah. Okay, carry on.
I was just about to say, Jim says, it's Steve. Do you mean the name of Gibson's dog?
Yeah. Yeah. You actually have to dig it up, haven't they? And bury it in a secret location because they're worried because people were going on about going there to trash the dog's grave.
Oh, God.
My view on all that is, the dog's name was of its time. It certainly wouldn't float these days, nor do I condone it. But I don't get hung up about it because if
You understand it
anyone,
off the time.
if anyone thinks it's a big deal now that they might call it, say, Digger, then you just concentrate on the rest of the film. I think you're concentrating on the wrong thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot worse things in that film.
Yeah.
Namely the fact that they bombed the dam and flooded entire towns.
Yeah, a concentration
of
camp of Czechoslovakians. Yeah, lots of women.
Yeah.
So the dog, it really doesn't matter.
No. Pales in significance.
But
yeah,
no, it's a
for some reason.
stunning raid. Just amazing.
Well, the technology involved in it and everything, isn't it?
Yeah. And as we were saying the other day, everything done with slide rules. Here's the thing. So at Fighter World yesterday, the museum near me that has, F-111 Hornet, Vampire, Meteor, Sabre, Mirage. Right. Speaking to a couple of guys hanging around the Hornet, and I said, would you like any questions at all? And anyway, this is, my grandfather. He's 94. He was building mosquitoes in Sydney during the Second World War at Bankstown, and I was just saying, what division? He was the drawing office. So I never got close to the flight line. I said, no, that's really cool. I said, were there many changes between the standard British Mustang, Mosquito, and the de Havilland version? And he said a lot of it came about with the difference in materials, that they couldn't get the same balsa and everything else, so they had to strengthen everything and widen it and all that sort of stuff. And I said, so did you do all that with slide rules? And he said, yes, I've still got my slide rule. And I said, oh, that's just absolutely amazing. And he said, would you like it? And I said, what do you mean? He said, if I donate it to the museum, would you have it in? Yeah. Yeah, we actually would. How cool is that?
Yeah.
So I had a wonderful chat with the guy. As I say, he was 94, and he was delighted to talk to me, as I was delighted to talk to him.
That's good, isn't it?
Oh, that's why I go there.
It's nice when you meet people like that.
Okay, so that's blue done. Let's wash that out. Oh, I'd better double check. Are you sure you can't hear the spray booth?
Only a little bit, but not much.
Okay, so it's not drowning out actually, it's probably best if it does drown out my waffle.
Speaking of waffle, what's going on with the chat?
Jim says the film Pooch was a great looking Labrador.
It was.
Yes, it was.
Steve says, yes, but if it's Digger in a film, it'll get people thinking that's really the name. Yes, it's a small thing and rather meaningless, but I just dislike history being airbrushed.
Yeah, I do understand that, but I don't like some people would see it as an opportunity to say the word these days, where that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
Sonic says, just like the Sheriff in Blazing Saddles, for example.
Yeah. That's a funny film.
Do you know what? I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh,
it's funny. I've got it in DVD.
Sing us a song. Yeah.
I just love the campfire bit with her farting and eating the beans.
Oh, you need to seek it out. Any Mel Brooks film, Mikey, just get into it. They're so good.
Spaceballs.
Yeah, I like the beginning of Robin Hood Men in Tights when they're burning the village and all the villagers turn around and go, leave us alone, Mel Brooks.
Yeah. And Young Frankenstein. Oh, so good.
Jim says, it's Steve. I agree, mate.
Going back to what Steve said about changing history, there's a quote by Jawaharlal
Beans.
Nehru, and it's the one I've got at the top of my Facebook page. He says, "You don't change the course of history by turning the faces of portraits to the wall." And it's very, very true. And people need to understand that. It doesn't matter if you disagree with it. It doesn't change what happened.
No, you're right.
And you won't learn from it by ignoring it.
I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody who's famous says just because like history, there's a lot of bad stuff that's happened, doesn't give you the right to erase it. The reason it's there is to be learned from.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But as I say, I'll reiterate my view, and it's only my view, is the name of the dog is the least significant part of whatever film may be made.
Yeah. Sorry, do continue, Modman.
It's alright. Jim says, good point, Sonic. And Steve says, I get John's point too. Some sadly would.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never a good idea to try and erase history. If you erase it, then you don't learn from it, and you repeat it.
Those are ignorant of history are doomed to repeat it.
Exactly. Just look at politics at the minute.
Oh.
Not that we're going into that.
No, don't mention it. Oh, don't mention the fact that I sat there and watched a particular Republican's address for an hour just to see what he was actually coming out of his mouth. And even I, expecting it, was surprised with how many people were cheering about things that were clearly not able to happen.
Yeah. It's,
Madness.
what made me laugh is the fact that they had Hulk Hogan doing talks and everything. Like, what the hell? What?
Freedom isn't free.
Chalky is in. He says, stand by your beds, you horrible little lot.
Hello, Chalky.
Chalky.
Sonic says, Chalky! Oh, whatever. Jim says, regarding Blazing Saddles, let us not forget the character Lily Von Stoop, aka the
The Teutonic Tidwillow.
Willow.
Oh, my God.
We've got to have a watch party on Discord or something, John.
Oh, we're going to have to educate you.
Well, if anyone's got the DVD and you're on the Discord, you can always run it through the Discord.
I reckon I've got... Oh, no. So here's the problem. I'm a man of technology in that I don't have a DVD player in the house. I've got one in the car.
Yeah, but you've got a computer.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a DVD player or a slot for it.
Your laptop doesn't have a slot for a DVD.
No.
Most don't these days.
No, what I've got is like an actual CD drive. There's a cable that comes from it. And it's in via USB.
I'd have to buy one. It'd be easier if I just mail it to you, Mikey. Cheaper too.
Chucky says, at Sonic, watch your buddy.
Yeah.
Jim says, hey Chalky. And Steve T says, I do have a modelling question. Spray booth. I got one recently and I'm a bit scared of getting overspray on the lights. How do I protect them? Cling film.
Put some cling film over it.
Cling film
over it. Yeah. Put some cling film on, just tape it around it.
I don't think you'd get spray on the lights because they point down. Yeah. Where you're spraying, all the particles and everything go to the back. So I don't believe. So I'm looking at mine. I've got absolutely no overspray anywhere except the filter.
Yeah.
And the bottom inch on the right hand side of the booth.
Yeah. Because mine hasn't got lighting, but If you're really worried about it, just cover it with some cling film or some sticky tape.
Yeah.
Aye.
Jim says most newer laptops and PCs don't have disc players included.
Well, that's just ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's
It's
what I
If
thought
it's
when they
a
first
DVD.
deleted them.
Mine doesn't have one. My PC doesn't have one.
Yeah.
I'm still annoyed my car doesn't have a cartridge player.
8-track.
Yeah.
Chalky says, Jim, hiya bro, how's tricks? Steve says, try cling film, can't get it to stick. Just bit of sellotape on the corners, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Or duct tape. Put some duct tape along the edge of it and stick the duct tape to the plastic.
Yeah. Jim says, living the dream, Chalky. And Chalky says, Jim, good to hear it, my friend.
Oh,
I will be back in 2 minutes. I heard a weird noise in my flat. I'm going to go investigate what it is.
Was that flat with a T then?
Flat.
Yes.
Yeah. Sonic got what I was getting at.
Steady on. Steady on.
I couldn't hear it properly. It's like,
No, stop that. No, that's silly.
Oh, sorry. I had to get more modelling fluid. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Bottoms up. Oh, what hot.
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Chin
Chin
chin.
chin. Oh.
So yes. So now I'm into the well, you wouldn't be able to see it because of the lighting, but Mr. Colour. This is sail colour. So this is a linen, the underside unpainted linen, at the bottom of the camel.
Cool.
Get on my seat.
I'm keeping it warm for you.
Might have just been the hairdressers making noise.
Again.
I really do love these kits. Ah, bugger. There we go.
Steve says, my PC has 2 optical drives because I built it. I don't do shop bought PCs. Mine's a built PC, but I still don't have a disk drive in it.
Mine's just a monitor with the computer built in.
Yeah,
So
mine's it's the new iMac. Well, certainly the one in the house. So, yeah, it's got what they call it's a lightning port. Thunderbolt, which is what they call the USB-C. And I've just got an adapter to fit A and all that sort of stuff. But there's certainly no drive or anything else. Everything is apparently in the cloud these days, and it's not always the best way to go, is it?
All apps and download via stores.
Well, it's so that you can't own anything, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stop you
Like
watching
I love the idea of actually having something you can touch and hold. I want a file on my computer in a like a location that I want and all that sort of stuff like that. I don't necessarily like when these days like today when outages happen worldwide. I'd like to access something myself, thanks.
Yeah, I'd like to disconnect from the world.
Like I had an email today from Defence Housing saying, "Oh, we owe you $87 or something like that," from say 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. We'd like to put in your account. Can you confirm your details? And I went, "Yep, sure." So this is me and all that sort of stuff. And she sent me sent me a PDF of the form to fill out to get that happening. But I can't open it. And I upgraded the latest version of Adobe. And I still can't view it, so I just wrote back and said, can you send it either another way or send me a web address for where I can download it? I should be able to just open a PDF on my computer.
Yeah.
I choose to have an Apple, and I love it. But regardless of what computer system you have, and I don't want to dictate anything to anyone else, you make your decision. I want to open a file, just a bit of paper if I want to open a bit of paper.
Oh, that looks gnarly.
Oh, it's Aldi, that's why.
Oh.
Sorry, not the wine.
I guess
That
you
looks
just
gnarly.
tacked it on.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah. Jim says there is a controversy going in the US. Some car makers want to eliminate radios. The opposition say AM radios should be available for emergency broadcasts to motorists.
Yeah, they'd never allow that in the UK because the BBC
Yeah.
use FM.
Why would you? So there's a lot of. I mean, I love music in the car, but if I don't have music, I'll turn on the radio. Why would they want to prevent anyone listening to what they want in their own vehicle?
Because it's all about control.
Yeah.
Everything you've asked so far, the answer has been, is to get control.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. If it's to stop you doing something, it's to control.
Well, it's all about money grabs then, isn't it?
Exactly. It's all about some people making money whilst other people suffer. Right.
Yeah. Duke says, when I was young, all the cars came with a tow bar and air conditioning was extra. Now it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they also had wind down windows, and now, of course, what you get bang for your buck with cars, everyone expects, adaptive cruise, and the cars have come a long way. Let's face it.
You buy a Tesla, you certainly get bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Up in flames, man.
No, we can't be starting any of those sort of rumours.
No, I'm not a stockholder, so
yeah,
I don't care that much.
No, but on my channel I do.
Yeah, it's all about Mikey and his control.
No, it's all about not losing my channel.
Chalky says, I have been so busy this week. I had my motorbike in pieces because of an electrical fault, but finally found the issue. Just waiting on the new part and then back on the roads. Happy days.
All right. So where was the issue? Is it ignition or something else? Please tell.
Well, if you've taken it apart, I imagine it was something to do with the spark plugs and things like that.
Well, yeah, because
it could be the distribution dizzy. Yeah, can't get the words out. Oh, it dropped to 4 people. Okay, never mind. These things happen.
Yeah, I had a Scarabeo as a Piaggio 250 scooter, and the bottom end bearing failed, which is a bit of a bugger. So I had it in 1,000 bits and then didn't end up fixing it. I threw it out and got a new one, another Piaggio 250. It's my hog, but it's no Harley.
I had a 600cc Yamaha Diversion S.
Oh,
yeah, it was nice to ride. It was like a tank on speed. Weighed about 1/3 of a ton.
Oh, really?
It's almost exactly 1/3 of a ton. It's 300 kilos.
That's 1/3 of a ton for Jim.
Yeah.
That would translate. Oh, a metric ton.
Yeah. Jim says, speaking of bikes, I cycled 43 miles yesterday. Weather conditions were near perfect for July in the Midwest.
Lovely.
43 miles.
It's too much.
I don't even drive 43 miles anymore.
Yeah.
I've done at least 50 before.
The furthest I've driven is about 10, 15 miles in the last few years.
Oh.
I just don't need to drive any further.
That's right. It's because you've never been to Telford.
Yeah. Most of last year, I didn't have a car. But thanks for reminding me of that, John.
Yeah.
And all the trauma that went with it.
That's why I'm here. Hey, Mr. Marley, would you like to come on and traumatize me? Why the hell not? Let's do that. 31,
Cheers,
34. That's why I'm here.
Pastel green. I don't pastel green.
Steve
PE,
says,
26,
43 miles in one day. Wow.
Yeah, it's a long way.
It's an
James
insane
says,
amount.
it's Steve. I mate.
Ooh,
And
I've got
Chalky
coffee.
says, go on.
I'm just saying
You
I've got
just
coffee.
Alright. Chalky says the ignition servo went, but I replaced
Ah.
the starter coils and a new ignition barrel before I found the real problem. And the part can cost as little as £7.
Yeah.
Okay, was it a connector? Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm not fixing it for you.
I've seen his bike. It is a really nice one.
Aye, nice bike. It's quite nice actually.
My dad used to have a 1600 Triumph Thunderbird. That was a big 1600cc engine in it.
That's the largest engine you can get on a bike, I believe.
Pretty much. It was rather big. It's quite funny because when he first got it, because it was brand new when he bought it,
Yeah.
they said to him, for the first 5,000 miles, 500 miles or so, do not take it over a certain amount of revs. I think it was like 2,000 RPM. Whilst the engine bed in and everything. And he said, yeah, no problems. And then he was riding it home along the dual carriageway. And he was trying to overtake the wagon, but the wagon kept accelerating every time my dad tried to get past him. So my dad just thought, oh, it'll be all right. It's only opening it up for a few seconds. It won't do it any harm. He opened it up, and this massive 1600cc engine, the front wheel just came up, and it went down up the road. 70 mile an hour.
God. Yeah, phenomenal power. I don't have that problem with my little PRJ scooter. That's for sure.
Well, when he was doing 70 mile an hour, it sounded like he was ticking over pretty much. With the power in it. It was insane.
Chalky says it's basically the fuse box, John.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to rip Rommel's arms off.
Duke says the kids of today will never understand the feeling of hitting shins on a tow bar.
Nope.
And you tell the young people today that, I won't believe you.
Yeah. In my day, when I was a lad.
During the war.
Yes.
During the war.
Steve says, I liked cars and bikes when you could strip them down and fix pretty much anything. Now it's all computer controlled and you can do sod all.
Yep.
Exactly.
And Sonic says, pedals hitting your shins when the crank back spins. Ouch.
Yeah. I remember that.
And Chalky says, Sonic, I still have the scars of that trick.
It's something I've got a bit of irony. Now, anytime I'm out the bike, I've got knee and shin pads.
Yeah?
Well before I bought them, for years I've been out on the bike, and the amount of times that's happened, I've put my foot in the pedal, the crank's back spun, and the pedal's whacked me right in the shins, the scars and stuff. And ever since I bought the knee shin pads, it's not happened to me once. The irony. So it's
Ooh. Oh, I didn't wash these sprues. So, yeah, I've had a bit of discombobulation.
Yeah.
I might wipe it down with a bit of isopropyl alcohol. I didn't want to say IPA because Michael would get the wrong idea.
You make me sound like a functioning alcoholic.
No, that's me. Oh, crikey. Oh, work you bastard.
I don't think you've ever seen me drink, have you?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. See? I'm a good boy.
Oh. He's implying I'm bad.
No, I'm just implying that I'm better behaved.
I'm a good boy too. You come down the slower doing 90 miles an hour.
John!
What? I'm not allowed to sing?
Singing! No! Get copyright strikes.
No, but I mean, with my off-key singing, they'll never know what it's meant to be. It's like me watching a Bob Dylan concert in Melbourne in 86, 87.
Did you see? Was it Bon Jovi the other week? Well, what the concert in Canada, and
No?
he said something supporting Trudeau or something like that, and all the crowd just booed him.
Oh.
And he was like, "What? You don't like him? You don't like the fact that he's trying to control everything? The fact that he closed people's bank accounts and took their money from them."
Well, I think politics is on the nose everywhere around the world at the moment, but you know.
Yeah, they're all following the same hymn sheet, aren't they?
I want to start the Back in My Day party.
In my day. My granddad says that.
I should call it the Karen party, or the Daz and Dave party, or you know, the Kylie and I don't know, what was Jason Donovan's character called? Scotty? I don't bloody know.
Scott and
I never
Charlie.
watched it.
Scott and Charlie, wasn't it?
Scott, yeah, you're right. Scott and Charlene, yeah.
I've been back a few years.
Aye. Very early 90s, isn't it? Before Tiff was born.
If you don't shush, I'll gag you.
Oh, okay.
Chalky says, Steve, I only ride all the bikes, no assists. That way I ride the bike.
Yes.
I think Jim's gone very quiet. Is he actually still watching? Jim, report in. We're worried about you, mate.
I was going to say, when you said I only ride the bike, no assist, that way I ride the bike. I was going to say, it said the bike ride him, and I thought, no, that sounds wrong. I am not saying anything about any relationships.
No, I ride my bike with no seat.
Oh.
Here comes.
Jim says, reporting in.
Oh, very good, very good. So we didn't put him to sleep. That's wonderful news.
Steve says, I think he's gone for another 43-mile bike ride. He'll be back in 5 minutes.
The first 43 just didn't hit the spot.
No.
Yeah, 43 miles for me is like takes you to a whole other country.
Well, it does for me because everything's in kilometres here.
No, I mean literally 20 miles or 15 miles away is a whole other country for me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there is that. How weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we've got to go 200 odd kilometres offshore before we hit another country.
Yeah. You have to spend most of that.
What's that? 140 miles? I don't know.
Jim says, just gathering some music for the drive to the IPMS Nationals tomorrow.
Ooh.
Oh, you enjoy that. Oh, also, Jim, heads up. There is no Models for Heroes live show this Sunday due to people being at other things. So don't get up for that, but you'll be at the Nationals anyway.
What you could do, Jim, is record all the live streams and then just play them.
God, you want them to stay awake at the wheel, don't you?
Hey, the guy gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning to watch our show.
Oh, no, man. If you meet Dave Goldfinch from On the Bench, tell him I said g'day. We know each other, but we've never met. We've spoken many times, but we've never met yet.
basically John's his stalker.
No,
John
no,
has been hiding in the bushes.
he's called me probably as many times as I've called him.
Yeah, that's what he tells us.
Yeah, you're not believing that, are you?
No, it was when you said, "I know him very well, but I've never met him."
Yeah, because we talk, every couple of months, and about things other than modelling as well. So we're actually interested in what each other's doing.
Yeah.
God, I'm sounding like I'm bullshitting. Oh, I know this guy. I met this guy. I met this guy called Gary at Telford. It's fucking awesome.
We're big mates. Did anyone here used to watch the TV program London's Burning?
Oh no.
It was in the early 90s, through most of the 90s, and it was about a fire station in London. It's about one of the crews, one of the shifts called Blue Watch, and it is about their lives and being firefighters and stuff. It's good. It's drama.
Okay.
But, one of the characters in it was nicknamed Charisma, and he was nicknamed Charisma because he was always going on about how he's big mates with these people, with different people.
Oh, that's me, is it?
How he could get things with different people and stuff because he was big mates with the owner of the shop and stuff.
If yeah, I haven't seen London's Burning. I have seen it's the new version called Leeds is Burning.
Steady. Yeah, London's Burning. You can sometimes find it on YouTube. It's actually pretty good. I really like it.
Oh, it's good.
It started from a film.
Okay.
Made with Jerome Flynn in it as well.
Jerome Flynn.
Yeah, from Soldier.
Oh, that must be the only guy I don't know and not mates with.
I've got quite a few comments, so we'll catch up.
Very good.
Go on then.
Chalky says, at Bearded Vet, I had a dream like that once. Say no more.
Say no more. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. What's it like?
Sonic says, seat post needs more lube.
Right? I thought I'd misheard you then.
Nope.
Nope.
You did not. You did not. June says, at Sonic, mate.
Oh,
dude. That's great.
He also says, thank you, John. He says, I will be up early Sunday morning anyway because I am tuning into Aussie Scale Modelers live chat at 3 a.m. Sunday morning my time.
Ah, Pete. Another guy I know who I've never met.
Stalker.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Just follows them until
That's
you
just how he rolls.
Yeah.
Jim also says, John, can you say that name again? I will write it down. Thanks.
Dave Goldfinch.
As in the bird.
As in, yeah, the host of the Australian model podcast On the Bench.
I've written it in like that.
He'll be hanging out with all the guys from Plastic Posse podcast and Scale Model Mojo and all the American podcasts. Are all good mates. Frildo, Whitey, all those guys.
Whitey's a nice guy.
He is. He's a wonderful guy. Like most modelers are. Like, I was thinking earlier today that our community is extremely, I think, generous.
Yeah.
Except for the people who own Wingnut Wings kits, who just want to fleece other people.
Yes. Except for me.
Except for you, of course, Mikey. I didn't imply anything. No.
Git. Yeah. I'm not mine. I can't sell mine. Really.
Am I allowed to say aluminium, or do I have to call it aluminum?
No, aluminium.
Okay. I'm looking
We
for the
don't
paint I
have
had yesterday.
aluminum in the UK.
There we go. Good. Oh, yeah.
It's on the hour.
Already?
Yes. So if you want to put
Crikey,
the link up,
blimey.
Robin.
Indeed, I shall.
Shit.
There we
I
go.
didn't mean to.
Language, Timothy. There you go. Tiff put the link up. So if you want to come on the panel, you are more than welcome. There's 6 people watching, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you want to come on the panel, feel free. John will just traumatize you.
Oh, you're not wrong.
He traumatizes me every day. I'm a nervous wreck. Every day on Discord. I wake up and he's there.
Yeah. It's funny. Bron has the same horrific dream every morning.
Steve Martin wakes up to Steve Martin laying next to him. And she goes,
Oh.
"Oh, it's only you."
Wow. Yeah. I am a fan of
Well,
Steve
my life
Martin.
changed. Oh no.
I think he's I think he's yeah. I guess yeah. I like him a lot. Always have. I think he's a wonderful guy. And his latest series he's doing with Martin Short, Only Murders in the Building. I think
Oh yeah, that was good.
Really good. Yeah.
That's been out for a while though.
It has. Yeah.
It was a good series though. I enjoyed it.
I am watching. So here's a plug, a random plug. I'm watching a series on Apple TV called Dark Matter.
Yeah.
I've got about 3 episodes left. It is really good, like science fiction. Some of the best science fiction, I think, is the time travel ones.
Yeah.
And it certainly does that. I think it's really good script.
Excellent. Oh, do you want to bring him up to?
Yeah.
Mr. Alsagot.
Good morning, all. How are you?
My friend.
My
Right, Jim.
night shift reference. Very good, Mr. Marley. I like that. My friend. Well, thanks for having me. It's a lot easier than typing on my phone.
Yeah, true.
But yes, okay. Goldfinch. Thank you, Tiffany. I had goldfish. Excuse me.
Hey, excuse me, you Mr. David Goldfish?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you bloody crazy, mate? Yes. Well,
I have a message from John Varley for you, Mr. Goldfish.
He'll be yeah.
Fool.
You'll hear him in the next haul because he'll be in an Australian accent. He'll sound like a jet winding up. Oh,
Oh, by the way, it's aluminium.
Aluminium?
Yeah. You were just wondering about the pronouncement of it. Is that the right word? Pronounce the word. Yes.
Yeah.
Aluminium. Everything goes here. It's international, so there's no big mouth American trying to tell you how to say decals or aluminum or schedule or process. No. It's temperature in Celsius, metric, and aluminium. So
it's Celsius if it's above 0.
Oh, it's simple.
Yeah.
0 is freezing, 100 is boiling. What else you need to know?
Exactly.
At least you didn't say Goldfinger. I don't expect you to laugh. I expect you to die. Sorry, guys. I got a bit too much caffeine in me, so I'll have to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. So I was going to say, keep an eye out for a portly gentleman, but you'll be in Milwaukee, so that's probably not going to help you at all.
Well, Madison is the state capital of Wisconsin. It's a bit southwest of Milwaukee. It's a college town.
Is it?
Where the University of Wisconsin it has its main campus. And I've never been there. I've passed through it on the way to Southwest Wisconsin, but I've never been in Madison itself. So I will be there for the very first time.
Wonderful.
Oh, good yeah, Duke. Tiffany, can you put up Duke's latest comment? I like this one too. This is important. Don't forget solder. We say solder. Soldering iron. Solder.
We say solder.
Yeah.
Solder.
I think the world says solder.
We do, yeah. So, having spent 3 months at the Lockheed plant in Georgia, we were initially laughing at all the pronunciations and stuff because we had never heard them before. But yeah, they're talking about silver solder and stuff, and we're just like, isn't it solder? Isn't there an L in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, of course, so everything has changed with the internet and live chat and everything else. I wouldn't say there's a movement, but some people are get stuck into whether it's decal, decal, or whatever. The fact is, different people in different parts of the world pronounce things in different ways, and I think we should just revel in the differences instead of just trying to it's metric.
I agree, John. I'm totally with you. But sadly, when I hear someone say, I had someone tell me it's this or that, I can only assume that person who was doing the dictating was an American. Here's an interesting story for you. There's a modeling channel I watch. There are many. Maybe you watch him, Champion Scale Models.
He's
Englishman. Yeah, he builds
yeah.
awesome models. Yeah. So anyway, he was commenting about last year. He's at Telford every year, and he said yes. Well, he was talking about his visit at Telford from last November, and he said, I had people telling me it's decals, it's not decals, and he said, so from now on, ladies and gentlemen, I will say
stickers.
Decals.
Oh, okay.
No, I like that. It's like he's thumbing his nose at these people who come in telling everyone how to pronounce. It just rubs me the wrong way. It really does.
I say decals, and I can be corrected, but the fact is I'll never be able to stop that because I'm Australian. I say decals.
I grew up with decals, and you know what? It kind of like what we were talking about before with Guy Gibson's dog. Does it really matter?
Yeah, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
Right. Exactly. I think it'd be just like you were saying, John. The point you were making just a moment ago that it's that different pronunciations of different parts of the world. Let's just let it be.
I think, I've said before, I'm fascinated by language, by accents and stuff like that. And why try to have everyone talk exactly the same way? It'd be a much more boring planet.
Yeah.
I agree.
Me and Sonic, he says decal, but I say decal.
Yeah. See, there you go. There's an example.
We're only 100 miles apart.
Yeah.
In the UK. So it's crazy.
Tiffany, what part of are you're not Scottish, right? Are you from England?
Yeah, I'm in the northeast.
Northeast. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's interesting you say that is because watching the Tour de France, the man who does the commentary, Phil Liggett, is an Englishman, and in the recent years, one of the guest commentators was a former cyclist who lived in the north, as Phil said. Phil said, and there it is from a man from the north. So is there, it's not so much like you're trying to isolate someone, but is there a recognition amongst people who live within the UK that they would say, well, it's spoken like a man from the south or the southwest or from Scotland or from North Wales as opposed to South Wales?
Yes, the accent's very different. There's a town 5 miles from me, and the way they speak is different to the way the people in our town speak.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay.
In Wales, you can tell which town somebody comes from how they speak, and
it's
it might only be 4 or 5 miles apart.
Yeah.
Well, we here in the States, where there are accents all over, from west coast to east coast, from north coast, from northeast to southwest. There are many. Some I can't recognize. Others are very obvious. And even within, like I was saying this before, even within the area of Chicago I grew up in, as opposed to the southwest side or south side. There's different. You go up to northern Wisconsin and northern Michigan and in the Dakotas, and you have they've got a bit of Canadian in them. You hear the oot in them. And I remember one time I was up north with my sister and her then husband. They had a vacation home way up north in Wisconsin, damn near the shore of Lake Superior. And so we were up there, and they were getting something repaired. A snowmobile. Anyway, when we walked into the shop, I was listening to everyone speak, and I must have stood out like a sore thumb. This guy from Chicago, in Wisconsin territory, way north in Wisconsin, and everyone, to me anyway, sounded like Canadians.
Yeah, right. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, Chalky's got a comment here. Let's see.
Yeah, I'll start with Sonics because that's where we left off. I'll do these comments and then I'll have to run the loop. So Sonic says, "Let's call the whole thing off."
A line from a famous song.
Yeah. Good song too.
Duke says there's also kilometers and kilometers.
Oh, yes. That's right. Yes.
Well, it gets worse than that. Queenslanders say kms and kgs instead of kilos.
Froze.
Yeah.
Come back, John. Come back.
Oh, have I frozen?
Slightly.
No,
yes, you were just about to say what
frozen.
in Queensland.
Yeah.
So in Queensland, north of us, instead of saying, so we just say if you're doing say 100 k's, as in k's for kilometers. But I've heard people say, they're not all of them, but some of them say 100 kms. And if you go to a grocery store, some of them would say, I've got, give me 2 kgs of whatever instead of 2 kilos and stuff. So different places have different, I guess, just facets of speech. And it's just, that's the only way I can tell where people are from in Australia is what they say rather than how they say it. Because I could travel to, say, Perth, and everybody sounds exactly the same, to my ear, anyway.
Yeah, it's a bit more complicated here because we're in Wales. You got different accent and vocabulary within every 5 miles, but you've also got at least 2 languages.
That's true. Yeah.
Because everyone in Wales has to do Welsh until the age of 16 in school.
It's crazy.
So Chalky says, yes, regional accents are all over the UK and can usually tell in the country where you're from. And he also says, me and Sonic both come from Scotland but have different accents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to...
right, I've got to go to the loop. I'll be back in a minute.
My sister got married in Gretna Green, and we went. I went to one of the shops, or we went to one of the local paper shops because I wanted some cigarettes. And the guy behind the counter, he was talking to me, and I couldn't understand what I thought because he was Asian. I thought he was speaking a foreign language, and I was just like, I don't understand what you're trying to say. And this old woman said next to me, she went, he's asking if you want to carry a bag, love.
Oh my god!
Went, how did you get that?
That's funny.
You speak in English, right? No,
You're racist.
Yes.
That's not English, mate.
You know,
I'm not even Welsh and I speak better English.
It's interesting to say that, Mikey. There's a really good modeler out there. He's got a channel. He's an armor modeler extraordinaire, in my opinion.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Skull Modeling Twins. He's fantastic. I love his work.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I like the guy. I like Paul better myself. Oh, I'm sorry, John. Pardon me.
Better looking.
Anyway, I interrupted. Carry on.
There's a man from. I think he's located in Poland. It must be. And his name is hard to pronounce. It's Polish, obviously. But his channel name is also not very easy to remember, too. It's not like Night Shift or Scale Modeling Twins or Bearded Veteran. It's Cold Demons PL. Has anyone heard of that? Cold Demons PL. No. Well, if you look it up, he's this excellent modeler, and he really, really makes awesome armor kits. And he also has book showings and stuff like that. AK has a lot of books out, and he's always showing the latest one. Anyway, when he speaks in English, he speaks clearly and legibly, but what am I trying to say? He sounds to me, and this is no respect if anyone from that channel is watching, he sounds a bit like Jacques Clouseau.
Oh yeah,
a little.
We have our own version of that here on the channel.
Subsequent, yeah. The way the words come out are have got a very unique inflection to them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Whilst Rodman's away, I shall do. Check
I can do.
Oh, we've got a new person.
Oh,
so good afternoon.
What a cool name.
Welcome.
Hello,
I love
hello.
that name. That is cool.
It's either Dances with Aardvarks or Dances with Aardvarks. It depends where you're from. So where are you from, Dances?
I like the picture. Very cool. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
James in, he says, well, here you are. Yes.
Oh.
Good morning, Mr. Skiffin.
Feel free to come up on the show if you want, James.
Yeah, come on in. Two bald guys named Jim.
Oh, he's from Birmingham. Yeah, cool. 2 secs.
Home of Black Sabbath.
So, James, if you want to come on the stream, you're more than welcome.
Black Sabbath.
Duke says, Cold Demon's
Cold Demon's
very good,
PL.
James.
Yeah. Okay,
Duke,
right. You know it. Good. Yeah, Duke can can attest. He's one hell of a modeler. This Cold. Yeah.
Okay.
You see what I mean, John? That's not a very memorable name.
Okay. I will take it.
All due respect
from Birmingham, UK. Very nice.
Birmingham.
I haven't been to Birmingham for years.
Nor have I. I haven't actually. I can't. I've been past there, but not in.
I've driven around on the ring road, but I think the last time I went was when I was about 17, and I went to the NEC for the motor show with the school.
Is Birmingham a big city?
Yeah.
Oh well, it just runs into other cities. Yeah.
Model Officer says, "Lol."
Lol.
And Frank Holder says, "How do people?" Hello, Frank.
Good morning,
Welcome
Frank.
to the show.
How do we do? Very well indeed. Thank you.
You don't have to be crazy to be here, but it sure helps.
It does.
Meet him, Frank.
Oh, we've got a special guest. You ready?
Sure.
He's called Aftermarket Jim.
Aftermarket Jim.
Yeah, I am officially the aftermarket brand leader of Jim Aftermarkets.
All right. Well, very good. I like that.
Specializing in arteries, valves, and wicks.
Okay.
Anyway, hi everyone, you all right?
So
Right,
instead
welcome.
of saying, how's your ticker, Jim? How's your... Oh, Jim. Sorry. James.
Nice to see you alive, James.
How's your groin, James? And we don't want to see pictures.
Well, I got to be honest, when I got up this morning, I didn't honestly expect to hear those words uttered from an Australian male at any point in the day. So I can tick that off the wish list. Thanks for
Off
that.
the list, yeah.
No. Go on.
What I mean to say.
I apologise to my colleague.
You
James.
didn't need to.
for anybody who's listening in there who isn't aware, James recently had a triple bypass, I believe. A triple, not a quadruple or a double. Is that correct?
That is correct, yeah.
And they took a vein out of his groin and moved it up closer to his mouth. And I'm not sure how. Like, is the recovery down south as difficult as it is up north? Having not done it.
I don't think living in Scotland makes any difference. I got to be honest. But
It's a different NHS service, isn't it?
well, that there are more chance of gingers, and they speak funny. So I mean, that's probably the only difference I can think of. But that's a bit heresy. I do apologise. No, so thank you for trying to dig yourself out of that hole that you firmly pushed yourself back into.
Yeah.
I'm okay. It's a short answer, and the longer answer is my groin is still there, and it is progressing. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So very good.
So basically, I'll explain. What happens is when you go for an operation like I've had, and before I forget, I apologise. There's no picture, but the honest reason is I'm not naked, but I'm sat here without anything on my top, sweating like I've just done a marathon. So you really don't need to see that. So that's why I've chosen the camera.
Sure.
Anyway, so when you go in for an operation like I've just had, they do tell you that they will at some point harvest suitable parts of your body to do the bypass with. So obviously arteries, veins, whatever. And for those that are not biologically up to date with stuff, inside your chest there is a cavity, and there are some spare veins in there that you could potentially use. But apparently they were knackered, so they have to then go to the leg to do a bit of harvesting. Now, as it transpires, I found out only Wednesday. The way they used to do this is they used to get a knife and cut you from your ankle up to your groin and have a fiddle around and see what they could find and patch your heart up and then sew up whatever's left.
That sounds horrendous.
However, they've started a new process where they make an insertion and they stick a camera up your leg, up down your leg, and find the correct veins, and then come out basically. So in my case, that's what I've happened. So I actually ended up with one large incision and two small incisions. And the funny part of this is that over the last 5-6 weeks, 6 weeks or so of after having the operation, I've obviously got a hole just behind my knee, which is completely healed, absolutely fine, no problem at all, really quickly as well. A hole in my thigh, in my groin area, and then obviously the larger hole in my calf, which is where the camera went up and down, and it's a much bigger hole because apparently there's a camera crew, and the van and all that sort of stuff. So that's not healing very well. I do have diabetes, diabetes 2, and that does hinder healing. Don't ask me why. I mean, what is it? I'm going to go completely off tangent here. So, right, where is Mother Nature's humour, right? Or no, let's leave it as Mother Nature. Let's not go religion. Mother Nature made us. Where is the humour that she had? That she goes, well, you know what? You're a fat git. You eat too much sugar. I'm going to give you diabetes, but I'm going to give you it as diabetes 2, not 1. So I don't need to inject myself with stuff. However, what I'm going to make sure, just to annoy you, just to make the point that you've got diabetes, anything from your groin downwards takes forever to heal.
Is that right?
Apparently so. And anything from your groin, including your groin upwards, will heal a little bit faster, but you won't have any feeling at all.
The reason it takes longer to heal is because there's excess sugar in the blood and bodily fluids. It encourages the growth of bacteria.
Yeah.
So it's a lot harder to heal because it gets infected a lot easier. Do you want to go through the comments, Modmin?
Yeah.
So got Chalky saying, "Dance of the Aardvarks, welcome my friend." Aardvark says, "Yes, good to see Geezer Butler play with Foo Fighters in his hometown of Aston a couple of weeks ago."
Aston.
Chalky says, "Frank, hiya buddy." Aardvark says, "Hiya Chalky," and "Hello Frank." Duke says, "Aftermarket Jim, how are they hanging? There's another Aussie worried about your bits."
Absolutely.
So not just me then. Yay. Yeah.
And of course, Sonic says, "Does it help you talk bollocks?"
Of course it does.
I'm proficient in bollocks anyway, so I didn't need the help. But thank you for noticing, DJ.
You're welcome.
That's good.
Advac says, do any of you watch Catmillion Studios, who models artistic transformations of dolls?
Okay, cool. That's another note I'm going to take.
Yeah, I'll have to check that one out too, yes.
Jim says, Dance with the Aardvarks, awesome. I saw Black Sabbath on their last US tour in January of 2016.
Nice.
I almost got to see him, I think it was 18 or 19, for the No More Tours too. Unfortunately, it got cancelled.
He's moved to Birmingham now, hasn't he? Moved back to Birmingham.
Yes, the whole family have. Because of all the riots and stuff, it got too dangerous for the grandkids, so they decided to move back to Birmingham.
Yeah, another safe place.
Yeah.
So what got too dangerous?
LA,
Cali.
where they were living.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, Los Angeles. Yeah. Well, it's the land of fruits and nuts.
Yeah.
More nuts than anything.
Right.
Aye.
And strictly moving on before we offend anyone or.
Yeah. Well, too late.
Past that point, I arrived.
Yeah. Well, and I opened my mouth and James arrived. How are your beats?
Advac says, nice, Jim. I worked out that the last time I saw them was 1978. I got drunk with Ozzy at the Odeon whilst Van Halen were opening.
Oh, nice. I got off with my twin brother, went over to the UK in November, and we got off at Hammersmith to touch the Odeon wall because so many famous people have played there that we wanted to. I've actually been to the Hammersmith Odeon. It's fantastic. I love the UK.
That's not strange at all.
Not at all. It was great.
Perfectly normal thing to do.
No, you'll have stupid comments from Australians like, I love your public transport system and things that you wouldn't agree with.
Chalky says, Sonic, no mate, it's been English that does that. Joke. Frank says, after hearing that, I wish I wasn't eating this corned beef sandwich. I feel sick.
That was James giving details of his operation.
I was being good as well.
Yeah.
Sonic says, good point, Chalky, especially if you're Welsh.
Steady on, boy. Continue.
Stuart says, whoops, late again. Hi, all.
Hi, Stuart.
Hey, Stuart.
Better late than
Welcome
never.
back. Hey, it's all good.
Yeah. Jim says, Dances with the Aardvarks, 1978. Wow. A very young and energetic Van Halen back then.
Yeah.
Oh, aftermarket, Jim's put a top on.
Yes. I thought it was a bit rude of me.
For those that don't know, the reason why we know James is through Models for Heroes, because even though James is a civilian, we don't hold it against him. But he is a massive supporter of veterans, and he does a hell of a lot to help veterans through Models for Heroes, even raising a lot of money for them, which is greatly appreciated by a great many people. It's made a huge difference. So thank you, James.
No need for that lovely introduction, but thank you. It's my pleasure. I share a similar humour, and also I have a distinct need to be bullied. So
I just had a thought.
Steady on.
No, just a moment ago, I talked up the public transport system in the UK. I forgot you worked for the public transport system.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
There's nothing wrong with the public transport system.
No, it's fantastic.
Yeah. The public transport system is fine until the public start using it, and then it all goes terribly wrong.
See, the public transport system was fine in Wales until they introduced a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit.
Well,
but then they had to get rid of public transport.
But in fairness, I'm not sure the sheep can go much faster than 20, can they?
No. That's what it is. It's just to slow the sheep down, isn't
it? Sheep.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm half tempted just to leave Rommel and do him half and half in his two uniforms because the jacket, it's only the jacket that's different.
Give us a zoom in on your quadrant. Let's have a look at him.
Zoom.
Okay.
Mikey, are you going to paint the uniform per his DAK outfit or a standard German army officer's uniform?
Give him a minute to come.
Nope, he froze up.
He's froze. Because it's all about Mikey. Oh, it's his channel.
Yeah.
Show me your papers.
We're doing that one.
Oh, the one on the bottom. Okay. Yeah, standard Wehrmacht uniform. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're both the same. It's just the jacket's white on one and field grey on the other.
White? Is it white?
Well,
really?
Yeah, dress uniform.
Yeah, because don't forget, by the time they've been out in the desert a few months, the colour faded out of them.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but you know, I mean, I didn't realize it went totally white though. Okay, well, pretty no, much, that's
yeah. But if you look at the webbing on British webbing for North Africa, what they were ordered to do as soon as they got to North Africa was put gas bleach on their webbing and leave it out in the sun, so it went nearly white.
Sorry, gas bleach? What do you mean? What is?
It's like a chemical compound that you put on things to stop the gas seeping through.
Ah, okay.
Or something like, it's to scrub the bleach out, the gas out of the stuff. I don't know. I wasn't in the army that long ago.
Yeah, so I was reminded why yesterday a guy used to work at 37 Squadron for many years. We both volunteered together at Fighter World, the museum down the road here. And what he said was like he had an army guy come in the other day and was like taking the piss of Air Force and all that sort of stuff like that. And yeah, so the army guy said, like, you know, why is it you guys stay in 5-star hotels? And his response was, well, where we deployed to, there's no 6-star hotels. I thought that's a good answer.
Logical.
Comments, Mobin?
Yeah. Advark says, yep, they were just breaking through to being the main band in a venue.
Ah, very cool.
Chalky says, it's Stuart. Hiya. Jim says, Motorhead, no sleep till Hammersmith, 1981.
Wow.
Yeah.
Duke says, I loved the Mind the Gap in the UK.
I'm not sure what that is.
Well, yeah, there's a gap between the train and the station platform. The announcements, yeah.
Yeah, Mind the Gap.
Yeah.
Mind the Gap. Don't break your leg.
Advark says, good work, Jim. And Motorhead Girls' School Tour was my favourite Motorhead gig.
Excellent.
Oh, Lemmy.
Yeah.
Sonic says, the post-war model, after they were disarmed.
Whee!
Very good. I see what he did there.
Except for when he didn't survive the war. He was forced to self-delete.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Bit of a shame, that.
upside the head if he doesn't behave.
He sounded like
upside the head. Go on.
A bloody good human, unfortunately.
Yay, I heard that as well.
It's a joke.
I don't know how you heard anything because I haven't slapped him yet.
Moving on quickly.
Stuart says, Ari, the sense of humour, squaddy humour is usually dark and not understood by non-military personnel.
Yes. However, James is one of those rare people that gets it.
Yeah, what you got to remember is my humour is based upon. I've worked in hospitals. I've worked on ambulance service. I have family that only a few members of the family that are military. and that I just, unfortunately have been sectioned so many times that I should be in the army.
Yeah, I think you don't need to be military to understand the sense of humour. You just need to be, crass and uneducated.
Well, no, what you got?
Wow! I'm so pleased I come on this live stream. How's your groin doing, you crass Englishman? Anyway, Jim, how are you? You've not insulted me in any way. How you doing? You all right?
I enjoyed your last podcast, James. No, it was great. It was great. Honest, I love it.
Oh yeah, that's a point for those that don't know. James does the Just Making Conversation podcast with Malcolm Charles, the CEO of Models for Heroes, and it's a very good podcast.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll have to tune into that. Is that out there on YouTube as well?
It is. It is. In fact, they record it on YouTube now.
Okay,
and it's hilarious because it's just two mates chatting.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it's the CEO of Models for Heroes and the T-Boy.
Yeah, basically. It's basically like this, but funny. It's basically like my shows, but funnier.
Yeah. No, we've not recorded very much this year, but
you've been busy.
Yeah.
For some strange reason, I think it's just been lazy. But
having your heart stopped for a few hours kind of waylays that, doesn't it?
Just laying down.
Oh, you know.
Oh, here we go. Thank you, Tiffany. Posted the Model Officers channel.
Yes. But there's also the Just Making Conversation channel, Tiff. Which is where the podcast is on.
So, Jim, you were following the 48 and 48 a few months ago, correct?
Which Jim?
Jim, Chicago Jim.
Oh, yes.
Handsome Jim.
Yeah.
Bald Jim.
Yes, right. And you got Aftermarket Jim and
you
Jim
both got goatees.
You could also make me in the words of Bones McCoy from Star Trek. Damn it, Jim.
Damn it, Jim. So damn it, Jim. James is the organizer and the center of the 48 and 48.
Yes, I tuned in this last one that started last March. I tuned in at 2:30 a.m. my time to see you, Mr. Marley, begin the festivities. I believe it was in Australia, and we also had some chaps from New Zealand as well in there.
Yes, we did.
I followed it all the way through. Yeah, I mean, lots of coffee and terrible weather made it easy for me to stay in front of my television for the entire weekend, and I got myself a model out of it too.
Yeah. It's a wonderful weekend, a lot of fun.
Jim was there all weekend. I know he was. So, Jim, I'll go back to the original question before we all interrupted ourselves. How are you doing? I haven't spoken to you personally for a while.
I am doing fine, thanks. I am starting to become a regular pain in the ass to Mikey by always showing up on his channel, and he's kind enough to bring me along. But no, I'm doing fine. I mean, living a good life. It's summer here, and it's decent weather for July, which is unusual for our area.
Swearing at us, James.
Huh?
You keep swearing at us. You keep telling us that you're doing exercise or something.
Not here. It must be the slow internet you have in the UK. Oh, exercise. No,
cycle.
What the hell is that shit? Jesus.
Something to do with lots of miles.
Oh, cycling. Okay, yeah. I mean, come on. Cycling's huge in Europe. Pro cycling is a massively followed sport in Europe.
No, you've lost me.
Most people
well, I'm currently watching the Tour de France, and that's one of my favorite sporting events to watch. And,
most people in the UK cyclists.
Well, there's quite a few there, actually. Geraint Thomas, a Welshman, the Yates brothers, a couple other guys. Mark Cavendish, the missile from the Isle of Man. He just won his 35th stage victory that broke the record of Eddie Merckx. I know I'm speaking Greek to everyone here, but that's part of the history of cycling. So,
yeah.
But it's more like Klingon than Greek, I'm afraid. But,
Well, I'm sorry. I'm going on. I'm waffling too long. See, I want to make sure I'm joining in with the crowd. Waffling.
Yeah. And speaking of crowd, I'll get through some more comments.
Go on then, Modman.
Stuart says, "Hi, Chalky." Duke says, "I get the humour too. I am all of those too, John."
Exactly.
Sonic says, "If I'm going to get slap threats for silly, innocent jokes, maybe I'll stick to the dirty jokes."
I expect nothing less.
Oh, yeah.
All slaps are chargeable.
Oh my god.
Dances with Aardvark says, "I have no detectable sense of humour."
It's German.
Wow.
Did someone say Dancing with Aardvarks is German?
I did.
From Birmingham.
No detectable sense of humour.
Okay, just okay. Sorry. To...
Just ignore him.
Are there any other nationalities we haven't offended yet? We've done Scottish, we've done Welsh, German, English, but they don't count.
Man.
Well, it's about time. Somebody take the piss out of Australia. That hasn't happened for a while, so have a go. Go on.
Rolf Harris.
Bastard.
See, now, that would have been more fun if you put your model down and got something that went.
Yeah, he used to be good until he did what he did, but you know.
He told everybody he was good at the time, and that's all that matters. Anyway, Tiff, over to you. It's out of the cold.
I asked for that. I walked in that completely.
Bring the tone back up, please, Tiff.
Yeah.
Oh, too late.
Jackie says, "Sonic, stand strong, bro. We are right behind you, especially if Tiff is handing out slaps." Stuart says, "Did you base it on Peter Cook and Dudley Moore, Jim?" Sonic says, "Gonna be your turn for a slap off her, Chalky." And Chalky says, "Oh shit."
Hey, getting back to modelling, I'm going to tell you why I like this kit so much. Okay?
John, let finish the bloody comments.
Okay, sorry, Tiff. Carry on.
Johnny, it'll be all about you later. Stop.
I love you, but shut up.
Steve says, "Don't get me on about the Tour de France crap. They've taken my second favourite TV show, Minder, off to show that grr." Sonic says, "Can you tell what it is yet? Is it your thumb?" Yeah, Chalky says, "At Beaded Vet, I will have a shot at the Greeks if you like. They never get it."
It's all good to me anyway.
And Aardvark says, "What price are the slaps?"
The price is right.
Oh, hang on, we've got one more. Tour de France. Stuart says, "Tour de France was in Italy. They get lost, or has France invaded Spain on the quiet?"
Well, Stuart, in reply to that, they have been over the last 5 or so years. They have sometimes started the initial stages in other countries. 1 year Denmark, another one Holland, 1 year in the UK, and now in Italy. So it does happen, and it's becoming a little bit more frequent. But anyway, back to the show.
So that's as dumb as Australia being in the Eurovision Song Contest or the.
Oh God, let it go. Honestly, just because you're in Eurovision doesn't mean you can be in the Tour de France. Honest to God.
But there are some Aussies out there in the Tour de France.
There are.
But
oh yeah.
In fairness, there's got to be someone manning the beer tent.
Just want to say, you know you've got too many scale models when your entire shelf is bowing under the weight of them.
Oh, they are too. Wow.
No, in fairness, that is an optical illusion. The reason being is this is all acrylic plastic, and I bought a thinner shelf than I should have. So, in fairness, I can take all those models off and it will still be bowed because it's just too thin.
So, is that a train in the middle there?
It is.
There is a train here, yes. There is a train here.
Star, isn't it?
What train is that?
It is the Evening Star.
The 9F Evening Star.
It
is the only locomotive that was built to be put in a museum once it had finished its working life.
Yes. Well, see, I went with the same principle. It was the only train I've ever built was purposely made to put on a shelf.
Yeah.
Right. Good. Yeah. Well, very good. And that's an elephant next to it, or Ferdinand?
No, rude. No, to rude. I'm halfway. I'm leaving. Don't talk to me like that.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
no, I would have walked, but not with a dodgy heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is an elephant there. Yeah, waiting to be painted. So, anything else?
The yellow thing above it. That's a Sea King.
There is a Sea King up there in the wrong yellow. Yes, for that. Yeah, no, it's busy. I've got a tiger. I got a tiger tank there. I got a tiger recovery, elephant, and something else over there. I can't remember what that was.
You know what I'm really happy about?
They're all
above
really...
your head is the Hobnob's number plate. I was there when you presented that, and you were so happy.
I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. Did I mention I went to Telford?
But again, I got the fucking rear plate because I'm not important enough. I didn't get the front plate. I got the rear plate.
They're preempting your hospital photo shoot. You should have put that across your ass.
Well, yeah. Could have, couldn't I? Actually, yeah. No one will understand that, but basically, what I did is because of the podcast, we weren't recording because obviously, we couldn't record in theory because I was in hospital. That's why the live started on YouTube because I did a couple of broadcasts live from the hospital, which was fun. But I also then made some pictures up for social media and stuff. One of which ended up being a caption competition, which he's just referred to. Basically.
Yeah,
but it
goes all the way up.
For those that don't know, James, the model officer, also has a Facebook page where you can find said image, if you dare. We've all been subjected to.
No, you could go to the Just Making Conversation Facebook page and you will find it there.
Oh,
indeed.
Yeah, we've all been subjected to it against our will because we're already members. But...
Absolutely. Well, why shouldn't you? And you can also there find out exactly the what I got up to in when one of the nurses said, "Is there anything I could do for you? You look uncomfortable?" And I said, "I'd like to spend the day in space, please."
Yeah.
That was really sweet of a blesser, wasn't it?
Yeah, so she made a space helmet and everything. Really cool. But all right, what I could share with you though, actually talking about pictures, I could share you an image. So
as long as it's not going to...
It's not that image, is it?
No, the police have told me not to use that anymore after the court case, so that's fine. But yeah, so basically, this is an operational diagram. So the squaddies might understand this a little bit. I'm not sure the Air Force will, in fairness.
No idea.
The Navy would just get confused. So anyway, so I've got a picture in my hand here, and I'll explain it before I show it. So basically what it is I had a conversation with the consultant before my heart operation, and we were discussing about where the surgery would take place and all that sort of stuff. So I expressed my willingness, because I'm obviously a very charitable person. I was willing to donate a couple of bits of my body. So I said to him, I'd happily donate my moobs for plants. And I've obviously got a little bit of a tummy going on, of which, if you wanted to take some of that to help in some form, I don't know, fried chicken or whatever, more to do that too. So on a picture of me, the consultant drew exactly what all the scars would be, and this is what he produced.
Oh, yes.
Bastard.
She's smiling.
Oh dear. And now I'm traumatized even more. Right.
There you go. But hey, I didn't come on to talk about all this toffee. Anyway, yeah, so I just only popped in to say hello, so to see how you're all doing.
I appreciate it, James. Thank you very much.
That's all right. Well, in fairness, I have seen Jim quite often, every now and then. Well, I say quite often, because it doesn't make sense if I say it the way I was going to, which was I've seen him quite often, every now and again. It isn't quite often, because it's every now and again. But anyway, I keep seeing you all over YouTube at the moment, Jim.
Yeah, I've been Jason Bailey of Outlaw Paints has me on as a regular on Aussie Scale Modeler. Peter, Oz Scale Modeling, great man living in Thailand now. Great bloke, really like him a lot. He had me guest on his channel. In fact, he put it on the notification in the YouTube lineup, and I took a snapshot of it. And you know, my moment of fame was available to me, so I sent that photo to all my friends, including and my sister, saying, "Hey, I'm making it big now. I'm big in Thailand, in Australia, and I'm starting to make my way into the UK as well. All I got to do is France, and I'll be like Jerry Lewis."
He's like the crabs everyone gets.
Yeah.
He's like crabs, he gets everyone.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Jerry Lewis was famous in Thailand for the same sort of thing.
No, but allegedly he was. The French really loved Jerry Lewis, and I personally never found his comedy very, very, enjoyable.
Oh, I did, but I was naive. Yeah.
Well, I thought he was better when he was paired with Dean Martin, but that was way back when.
Yeah, very much so.
I'm sorry, we spun off into a rabbit hole here. Let's get back. But yeah, thanks,
how
James.
young
Yes,
do
I've
we
been out
feel?
there courtesy other people. So
my main question to you, Jim, was when are you going to start up your own?
You know, it's interesting you say that, and we're getting close to 7. I'll keep this as succinct as I can. In other words, I won't waffle. But on the Aussie Scale Modeler channel, he invites other Americans in as well. And there's a man who lives up in Michigan, not far from me, and he was on with me, and he spoke to Jason. They know each other really well. And he said, "Does that guy have a channel?" He's like, "No, he's just another modeler, and he tunes into our stuff." So I decided to invite him in. And so I've made contact with him. In fact, this man has a channel of his own. It's called Restoration for You, numeral 4, letter U, Restoration for You. And he takes die-cast cars and trucks and he restores them. He strips the paint down, replaces a lot of the parts, and he's also a mechanic. He works on cars, and he has small, short videos about vehicles and everything. Anyway, he's been kicking around the idea with me of creating a channel between himself, me, and his son Wesley, who's a 22-year-old Marine who is interested in modeling too. And so there may be something coming, but I have really no idea how to start any of this. I'm not tech savvy. I don't know anything about the rules and minefields that is YouTube. And I want to learn, and I like it, but I hope to do that soon. But I'm definitely leaning on the other guys for help, because both of them have way more experience.
You'll be fine, Jim. Mikey gets away with it for months, so I won't worry too much.
And I don't have a beard. I mean, I got one, but it's very, very small.
I've actually been working on OBS and getting OBS set up as well. We're doing solo live streams. So, you know how to work OBS, don't you, James?
Yeah, from afar.
Yeah. I might have a chat with you about it at some point.
Yeah, by all means. Always willing to help and assist people. No problem at all.
Awesome.
Anyway, on that note, I'm going to dive off because, unfortunately, one of the things that's still a part of my recovery is that I do get to the point where I get to granddad naps. And I don't want to do that in the middle of a sentence. So
Yeah.
Before you go, Jim, I somebody changed my name.
No problems.
I changed mine as well. Look, I'm not Jim Bob. Anyway, on that note, good night.
Okay, see you,
Cheers,
Jim.
James.
Take care.
Bye.
See you later, all.
Take
Bye-bye.
care, everybody.
Hey, James.
Right. So,
yeah.
getting back to modelling, can I tell you why I like this camel kit before we head off?
Oh, yeah, because I need to go through the comments.
All right, I'll hurry up.
Do it double time.
Okay, so this is a 48 scale camel kit by Edward. And what's really good about it is it's got two different fuselage halves, because one has stitching down the outside of the linen on the outside of the frame. You've got 4 different engines. So it's a Bentley, a Gnome, a Larone, and a Clerget. You've got 3 different cowlings, depending on which engine you're using. You've got, where are we? There's 4 different trestles for the undercarriage, depending on which version you're doing, and it's the fuel pump has got a propeller there. That's whether they put it there or on the interplane struts. And that's pretty cool. So for one kit having so many options, it's a really good kit, and it goes together very well.
Excellent.
So that's my ad for Edward.
Ed for Edward. Yes.
Carry on.
Good. Right. Do I have permission to carry on?
As
John?
I said before, it's your channel.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Okay. Sonic says, just need a model replacement bus service now. Indeed.
Oh, and 2 different upper
Steve T
wings.
says you need the 4472 loco in there. What? What did you say?
There's 2 different upper wings as well.
Oh, very good.
4472 loco, is that a train?
Is that Flying Scotsman 4472?
Anyway, carry on. I'll Google it.
Yeah, you Google it. What's that, Tiff?
It is the Flying Scotsman.
Oh,
boom! Got it.
Glad to see that.
Yeah.
Dances with Aardvark says, Evening Star, good Judas Priest reference. Yeah, I like Judas Priest. Good. One thing I still do is put music on my phone so I can listen to it through there. Because that means then I can listen to it in the car as well. Haha, when the wife lets me. Dances with Aardvark says, another Birmingham band. Yes, indeed. Jim says, Dances with Aardvark's Priest, a Birmingham band. Thanks for the info, mate. Very cool to know. Indeed. Dance with Aardvark says, no problems, Jim. Yes, Rob Halford still got a Brummie accent. He has, indeed. Wow, we really needed to catch up on these. Chalky said, Dancers, you're mentioning all my favourite bands. Jim says, Chalky, aye, me too. Burnt my ears out on Black Sabbath, Motorhead, and Judas Priest. Do you know what? Nice. I went into Banana and Grandad's cellar one day because they needed some stuff getting out from underneath the house. And I found all my dad's old Motorhead and Judas Priest posters and things like that in there. That was pretty cool.
Very cool.
From when he was a teenager.
Yeah.
Chalky says, are you sure he was a surgeon? Dancy says, Birmingham was rock mecca in the late 70s and 80s, the best place to live at the time. Yes. Before my time. Dances also says, you could see Zeppelin, Sabbath, Priest, and many other bands playing local venues like the Barbarellas, the Rum Runner, and the Railway, and others. Cool. That would have been awesome. I'd have loved that. Stuart says, Def Leppard from Sheffield was one of my favourites. Yeah. I've never really been able to get into Def Leppard.
I did buy one of their albums.
Ooh, Amazon. Amazon. Yay. Stuart says, drummer Rick Allen lost an arm and kept on going. He did indeed. Dancy says, they were a great band, Stuart. Hysteria on a Walkman was a great sound.
And that's
God, this is really
board.
cool because we're actually getting proper conversations going in the chat now.
Yeah.
And I like that. Good. Chalky says Def Leppard burnt out way too fast. Yeah. I know they didn't make that many albums, did they? Oh, it's my primer paint. Cool. Duke says, your next name, Jim? It's Life, Jim.
But not as we know it.
Jim.
Yeah. Oh no. Is Mikey gone again?
Mikey freeze up again. Uh-oh. Come back, Mikey. Come back.
See, people are burning down leads and stuff like that. They should be doing it all over the UK for the internet speeds.
Yeah.
Till somebody got up and connected every device in the house to the internet. Not mentioning any names. Steve T says 4472 Flying Scotsman. How can you not know? Come on, guys.
I don't live in your country.
Because as much as I like trains, I don't remember the number of every locomotive. Sonic says, think Def Leppard did a song called Photograph. Quite like that one. Tell you what, there's a song called Photograph done by Rag and Bone Man. And I really like that one. It's all about how he'd lost someone and they wish that they'd taken more photographs because the memory's fading over time.
So Rag and
Bone Man.
And Bone
Man.
Okay.
It's called Photograph.
There you go, done.
It's a good song.
I'll look
the video's good to it as well. But yeah. Chalky says Leeds got burnt down. No one noticed the next day. It's all right.
Yeah.
In 2011, when they had the riots they did it in Rill and caused £1,000 worth of improvements.
I did drive through Leeds one day on the way down to I can't remember where it was, middle of the UK on a holiday, and it was awful. The worst drive of my life was like an hour and a half to get, I think, 12 miles. God, it was awful.
Yeah. Tiff says rag and it's an N, not and.
Okay.
So and the reason he chose that name is because when he was a kid, one of his favourite things to do was to sit with his granddad and watch Steptoe and Son.
Yeah, not saying that either.
Yeah, it's a British comedy. That's on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Mikey, before you proceed with the next comment, may I say that Steptoe and Son became the inspiration for a very famous American television show called Sanford and Son with the black comedian Red Fox. And it took place in South Central Los Angeles in the early 1970s.
Okay. Cool. I'll have to look up both of them. Okay.
Sonic says, just like when Sports Direct got looted, nobody noticed either. You'd have to loot them now, the prices. They've gone up ridiculously. Duke says, I went to the Leeds Armory. That was fantastic. Yeah, that would be so cool. I'll tell you where is a cool place. The Manchester Aviation Museum. That's good. Went there when I went to watch a group called the Piano Guys. You'll have to come back to the UK and come for a pint.
Oh, look, I'll do more than a pint, buddy.
I don't want to. I'm not sure about the rest of it, but Chalky says, Sonic, that was a normal day, buddy. Steve says, we have the complete Steptoe and Son DVD set. It's legendary and infinitely better than the American spin-off. Right.
Yeah.
On the Discord channel, we can share screen. So, if people want to, we can start having like watch parties where we pick a DVD or whatever, and we watch it all together if you want. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I need to watch Blazing Saddles in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, we did it on the Friends of Mars
World Part 2. Yeah. No, that was good. I'd never said it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we watched it in our Hot Mum on the Friends of Mars for Hero channel, Discord channel. Yeah. So yeah, before we go, there's a few new people in here. Someone say thank you for joining us. If you could put the Discord link in for me.
I can indeed.
This has very much been a spur of the moment thing, but I've really enjoyed the banter, the camaraderie, and everyone's company. So thanks for being part of this.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for putting out the link. It's always enjoyable. So thank you again to everyone.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking to myself, should I put the link up at the beginning? And let people come in just to keep it interesting. And I thought, if I do that, I'll never get a word in edgeways because I know Jim will come up. So I thought if I put it on halfway through, then it's a bit fairer.
Yeah, I agree, Mike. I don't want to be taking up a spot from that someone else can take. But I do really enjoy talking with you guys, and like I said, it's a lot easier than typing.
Yeah.
But I don't want, as I just said, I don't want to take up a spot for someone else.
You're not taking up a spot. Believe me, I enjoy having you on it.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Welcome. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yeah. I kind of enjoy John, but it's more tolerable.
I knew something like that was going to come in there.
So even the better-looking twin said, "Look, Jim sounds like a really nice guy." Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Paul.
So there you go. Yeah.
So Tiff put the Discord link.
It's not my opinion.
Tiff put the Discord link in the chat. So yeah, go on, Jim.
I just had one more question before we go. Everyone's got their names and then their other name below it in white. How would I be able to add something underneath my name? See what I'm saying? You guys have Bearded Veteran Creates, Gothic Extraordinaire, Scale Modeling Twins.
You should have 3 dots on your little box underneath where you got.
Oh yes, I see it. Okay, yes. Okay.
Press edit name and headline.
Okay.
So what you do is you put something in the headline rather than the name.
Okay. Thanks very much. I'll remember that for next time. Thanks, Mikey.
Yeah. Awesome. There you
go. So Tiff has put the link to my Discord server in the chat. If you want to join, feel free. We've got a couple of channels in there. So we've got one where we just chat about stuff. We've got another one where it's FaceTime channel where we can have sessions like this, but not on YouTube. You can join in with us. John's showing us his Sopwith camel.
Yeah. So you can't see anything inside, but it's all in there. It's like wood grain and all that stuff like that. So the wings are on, the horizontal stab is on. It's painted linen underneath. So what remains is So that's insignia blue, engine cowl, aluminium. This next bit will be wood. So that was going to be painted white, and then everything behind that will be olive, PC10 as they call it. So that's the next step. So this is so biplanes, you sort of have to build a bit differently to most aircraft. So the wing will be done next. The top wing will be done separately to the bottom and all that sort of stuff. But it's coming together. And as I keep on saying, it's an absolutely bloody beautiful kit. If you like World War One aircraft, get yourself an Edward World War One aircraft. So much fun.
John, Jim's got a question for you, and that is it finished yet?
Yes. No, it is not.
For those that don't get that joke, we kept asking John if his Whippet was finished yet, and he pretended to throw his headphones. Well, he actually did throw his headphones on the desk and pretended to storm out because we kept asking if he was finished.
Yeah.
Sort of like a kid going, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?"
We've got these, repeating jokes that aren't funny.
They're funny if you know them.
Anyway, thanks. That's not my channel, but sorry. Comments, keep going, please. Shut up.
I've still got loads of comments, mate. Stuart says, "Got Dad's Army box set, but nothing to play it on it." Yeah, I've got that, and like I say, I can put it on my computer and run it through Discord if we need to. I've got loads of different box sets for the old comedies. Stuart says, "I've also got all the Carry On films as well upstairs." Stuart says, "Gotta have to get an external hard drive, external drive." Yes, that'd be helpful. You can also get DVD players on Amazon quite cheap now as well. Sonic says, Blazing Saddles, the woke edit. That sheriff is a fart noise inserted. Gordon Freeman. Welcome, Gordon. I think I've seen you comment before. Not sure. But you are more than welcome on the channel, and I appreciate you commenting. When we have another live next week, feel free to join in the chat more.
But isn't that your D&D character?
Damn it, Jim. No, that's Gordon Bennett.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. My mistake.
Oh,
Mikey, you're gonna start.
Oh no, Mikey went down again. Up. Come back, Mikey. Come back.
Well, while he's gone quiet, I'll just say Tim Tams are better than Hobnobs.
I have yet to try Hobnobs. I'll hold my judgment, but I do love Tim Tams.
They're actually Hobnobs are bloody good.
There's no coming back.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah. Yeah. You're becoming part of the stream now, Jim.
I am very flattered. Thank you.
Yeah, we don't need much talent, do we?
If I can make it, anybody can.
We don't have a high level of
no.
On the show. Dancing with Arbark says, hopefully catch you again. Yeah, you will be more than welcome, my friend.
Yeah,
it's been great having you with us.
Yeah, it has.
Thank you for joining the conversations. Tiff says dances every Monday at 2 p.m, Thursday and Friday at 11 a.m. That sounds like a proper scheduled show, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Well, yeah, you've been on more than you'd like to accept. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I worked this out yesterday. Wednesday.
He says reaching for another red wine.
Yeah. As of yesterday, me and you, John, and Gary had done 40 shows in the last couple of months. So we've done 20 shows, which is 40 hours of content.
40 hours.
In 2 months.
I think it's time you vote Gary off the island. No, not true. Not true. I love Gary.
No.
Yeah.
I think we need to get more likes and, subscribers and things. That'd be nice. But yeah. Also, do remember to go and visit John's channel, Scale Modeling Twins. You won't. It'll be difficult to find because he hasn't put much on there, but what is on there is really good.
Oh, bullshit.
Scale
modeling with a double L because it's the English spelling, Jim. But you can understand that.
Oh yeah.
Dances put smiley face and a thumbs up. Choky put hope to see you again. Absolutely. Jim put Dance with Advax. Don't be a stranger. Come back next week. There is a Monday show. There is indeed for 2:00 on Monday. There'll be me and Gary and John doing another panel show where you can all join in if you want.
Yeah,
it's fun. I like this. So what I might do is because I know next week's the last one with the Albatross. So if we
come on, Jim, you disappointed me. Say it.
If we're not doing any Friday shows,
if
we're not doing any Friday shows for a while, then I might do this as a regular thing. So half and half me, John, and Gary, and half panel show. Yeah. Jim says, Gordon, thanks, very kind of you. Chalky says, this was a great stream. Take care, panel, and all in chat. Thank you, Chalky.
It's always fun. Thank you.
Sweet. Chalky, I'm still using my bag. It's really cool. Thank you. For those that don't know, Chalky actually made me a proper leather, little satchel, so I could put all my diabetes testers and things like that on it. Hang on. Sonic says, brought to you by McDonald's Wi-Fi. Yes. It's starting to get on my nerves now. Notice it didn't happen in the first half of the stream.
No.
He says, another good stream. Cheers, guys. Thank you, Stuart. Jim says, take care, Sonic. Have a great weekend, mate. Sonic says, and you, Jim. Tiff has put John's YouTube channel link in, so do go and follow and subscribe and like his video. He's got some really cool videos, especially ones where he's been flying in fighter jets as well.
Oh, no,
but
it's not,
the Australian people.
I mean, all right, it is an ancient aircraft, but it's super modern for Australia. They got rid of the Corsair so he could fly that one.
Righto. We never. Nah. Anyway. Can of worms. Carry on.
See, you want me to pick on the Australian?
Oh, I did. It was awesome. That's funny.
Sonic says Half-Life reference at Gordon Freeman.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all the comments caught up with. So really appreciate
Thanks.
everyone coming. Appreciate you all coming on the panel. Had a great time. A lot of fun. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours 15. So if you want to say your goodbyes.
Hooroo. I'll see you all again soon, I hope.
Look forward to seeing you again on Monday. And thanks once again for inviting me in. It's always a pleasure and always a privilege.
No
and
problems.
thank you for making America great again, Jim.
Please don't use that. Please don't use that slogan. Please, God. My breakfast is going to come up if I.
Moving on.
No.
I had to mention politics once in this stream, so I'll see you next time.
Again, I'll ban the shit out of you. I will ban your ass.
Ban your ass.
All right. Well, have a nice weekend, everyone, and see you Monday. Take care.
Yeah. Monday, 2 p.m. UK time. See you all later. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers, guys.